Hello YouTube friends, Lorien here. Welcome to your signed general reading for the month of July. As usual, it's going to be 4 cards across the top. One card represents one of the week approximately in energy, and I'm actually going to be using the Gilded Tarot deck again. I know it's a favourite of a lot of people's. I got a lot of feedback about that, so I'm going to be using them again. And also I'm going to try something different. The one card at the bottom is now going to be an oracle card, giving the general feeling of the month overall. And this is going to be the Earth Magic Oracle deck for you. This is basically an example, a generalised example of a personal reading with me. If you would like more personal, tailored advice or insight into your own problems, don't hesitate to contact me. I'm more than happy to discuss options for you and what kind of reading that you need. So check out the links below to see if you can get in contact with me and if we can arrange something for you. In the meantime, I do hope you enjoy your reading, and any comments, any stories that you have to share are always welcomed. Hello dear fellow Scorpios, here's your July reading. So as I mentioned, 4 cards, then 1 oracle for the underlying energy, and I am so happy to see these cards. Certainly from a personal point of view, I am really happy. The end one, not so much. But yeah, certainly it seems like everything's turning around now. So, let's have a look and see. So the 4 of Cups to me in the first week of July, I can already relate to that now. However, I'll try and explain it to those who may not be in tune with that. This is the epitome of apathy. So when this actually comes up here for myself, the way I read it is that you're just drained. I think the recent energies that I've certainly experienced as being a Scorpio is that there are some fluctuating energies. There's an uplift going on. There is a certain amount of pressure being removed, but for a lot of people they're just feeling like it's still too much to handle. It can be a sense of isolation, working on your own if you are self-employed or having to, a lot of pressure to keep the house running. It can be creative projects. You might not feel like you can actually uphold anything. For instance, you may seem like whatever you try and do, it's just not working for you. You look at for instance, a painting, you look at a strategy for a business, you look at a presentation or, a book that you're writing or anything, and you may not seem like you're actually getting anywhere with it. This feeling is sadly going to be in the first week of July. However, it also shows to me that there is an opportunity being presented to you. There is kind of an option of being G'd up a bit. The only thing is, don't feel like you are too tired to really look at the option and see whether you want to accept it. I know it's quite an awkward time. If you feel like you have no energy, you certainly don't want to go out and do anything that requires you to spend even more of it. But this, I think, is being presented to you to show that there is an option and to show you that you can actually get out of this funk, because it's an opportunity to do that, and it's going to set your mind alight, really. So that, for me, in the first week of July, is very comforting. Now, the second week of July also, for me, is incredibly comforting, because for personal reasons, whenever I see the Queen of Wands, I always think of my friend. And she is a Leo and she's very strong. And I think for you, this also symbolises a person. This person is possibly even the person who's giving you the opportunity to feel like your energy's up and running again. So she comes along in the second week. I don't get this feeling that this is a situation, this is a person to me. She's very kind and warmly. And I'm saying she because of the image, but they are kind of gender neutral in the people who will come into your life. So while I'm saying she, for you it might actually be a male, so just keep that in mind. I also think that there is a case here that she will actually kind of light the beacon of your ambition. She will light kind of a spark within you that you do actually feel like you can do something. If you've been doubting yourself recently, which is kind of like the artist's curse, even if you're spiritual or into that thing, or if you're an accountant, it doesn't really matter. There is still an artist within all Scorpios, and I would say that this may be a case of doubting your ability in anything. So you may be thinking, well, I don't want to go for that promotion. Either I don't have the energy, or I don't think I'll be much use at it. Or, no, I'm going to stick where I am. I can't leave that position behind. I'm too comfortable, even though it's draining me. This woman gives you kind of a kick up the bottom, and she says, no, come on, be free, be light, enjoy life, embrace it, see what opportunities are out there. Don't just look at the narrow tunnel, look outside of it. What's above, what's below, what's to the side? Can you see if you can get a binocular and look down there? She's exuberant, and she is wanting you to make and create the best way forward for you. And that, coupled with the Eight of Cups in the third week, to me, certainly symbolises the fact that you are going to then decide to leave that thought process of, I'm not good enough for this, I'm not good enough for that, or I have no time, or I have this. The negativity is weighing you down, so you're going to walk away from that. You're going to, at least for now, decide that the time is right to take your best foot forward and step on. Because, there may be some disappointments behind you, and there may be some people who are kind of like, well, I don't agree with you, but the support you have from both spirit and the ones that matter, that's going to be much more than you need to actually push on ahead. Now, the Tower in the fourth week, not always good to see. It's not the worst, though. I mean, I always try and look at it as a positive light. Leaving behind your problems and your worries is not going to mean that everything suddenly comes crashing down around you. For me, this means that you're going to have an adjustment. So whenever you move on from a project, or whenever you move on from a certain way of thinking, everything else has to change around you. You can't just be stuck in the same old ways and try and change your thinking, and it's going to pull you back down eventually. So you need to make sure that everything else around you is being adjusted to suit this new thought process, or to suit this new way of life that you're going through right now. So I think overall, the main message is, you're going to get the kick that you need. I think you're going to get the faith in yourself that you need as well. Faith is not just about religion. Faith to me is belief in what you can bring to the table, and also trust. I think that's what it is. It's trusting the fact that you can actually deliver something. And I think you put a lot of the pressure on yourself. Not many other people do. I think the fact that you feel like you have to be the one to do it, and you feel like you need to make this difference for everybody, not just you, but it's all on you. It's kind of like, just just free a bit, free up your mind. And I think you are going to get that freedom, and you are going to get the energy that you need, because the creation card here, I am so happy. Because this, to me, is like you suddenly get inspiration from everywhere. I'm currently trying to deal with several different projects at once, so I didn't take my own advice the last few months. But yeah, I think it's a case that there are a lot of things that you can adhere to here. And I think also the Tower shows that you need more structure than you already have. Sorry, I've just got a message. You need some more structure in whatever you do. So you leave the other thing, but don't just let it. For instance, if you're deciding to go self-employed, don't suddenly imagine that you're going to have a regular schedule like you did on the previous days. The temptation is just to get up whenever you want, do a bit of work here and there, then go to bed. It doesn't work like that. You're going to have to put some structure around it. Like, nobody rings me from 9 till 3, or put your own boundaries around there, and that's going to actually stand you in good stead for the future, even if it's creative projects. I have an hour at night to do the writing, do the painting, to construct a strategy, do that kind of thing. And I think the more you get into that routine, strangely enough, the more you're going to be able to daydream, the more you're going to be able to listen to your intuition. I mean, look at this man. He's absolutely filled with ideas. He has ancestry that he wants to get in touch with. He uses colour. He uses the very backs of his mind. He uses animals. He uses everything from the world around him, his instincts, to actually give him the answers that he needs. And especially if you're having a writer's block or a creative block, this is just going to say to you, have faith. The more faith that you have in yourself in July, the quicker you are actually going to get to your destination. It doesn't matter if you think your painting is crap or you're never going to sell any books. You are only going to sell as many books or trinkets or jewellery or yourself. If you need to get a promotion, you're only going to sell that if you believe in what you're doing, or if you have faith that it's going to turn out right in the end. So kind of see what happens is what was my advice. See if you can use this very fiery person's influence to kind of imitate and get yourself back on track. Because for me it does show that you are going to get there, Scorpio. And I really do hope that this has helped in some way for you. If you'd like me to take a more personal, in-depth look at your own circumstances, do contact me on the links below, or see if there's already a reading on Etsy that you'd like to purchase. In the meantime, though, I'm looking forward to seeing what stories you have to bring me in July, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon.